Welcome to Lecture 4 of Marketing 101. In this session, we will focus on segmentation, targeting, and positioning, often shortened to STP. Together, these three steps help us decide who we serve and why customers choose us instead of someone else. Please note that this deck is a fictional sample for demonstration purposes, but the marketing logic is very real. Let's begin with the learning goals for today. By the end of class, you should be able to explain STP in your own words, identify 4 common ways to segment a market, and clearly separate targeting from positioning. You should also be ready to sketch a simple STP for a product you already know. The key flow is straightforward. First, divide the market, then choose whom to serve, and finally, give them a reason to choose you. Now let's define STP more carefully. The idea is simple. Instead of trying to sell to everyone, you make deliberate choices about which customers matter most and how you want to be remembered by them. Segmentation means splitting the market into meaningful groups. Targeting means selecting the group or groups where you can realistically win. Positioning means claiming a clear place in the customer's mind. First, segmentation. If a company says it serves everyone, its value usually becomes too vague to matter. In practice, marketers often divide markets using demographic, geographic, psychographic, and behavioral approaches. Each one tells us something useful, but none is perfect on its own. Very often, the most actionable insight comes from combining dimensions, especially behavior with psychographic traits. Once segments are defined, the next question is where to compete. A good target segment is attractive enough to matter, fits the company's strengths, and is not impossible to enter because of strong competitors. That is why targeting should be intentional, not automatic. Firms can serve everyone with one offer, tailor different offers to different segments, or concentrate their resources on one segment. In many cases, especially for smaller challengers, focus is the smarter move. Next, let's look at positioning. Positioning is about shaping how your target customer thinks about your brand relative to alternatives. A positioning map can help by plotting competitors on 2 dimensions, such as price and feature count, so gaps in the market become easier to see. The important point is to choose axes that customers actually care about. Then look for white space. Make sure you can credibly own that position and express it in one clear sentence. Let's make this concrete with the fictional coffee chain on page 7. Instead of grouping customers broadly, the cafe segments them by visit purpose, such as commuters, students, tourists, remote workers, and families. It then chooses remote workers on short midday breaks as the primary target, with commuters between meetings as a secondary target. Its position is a quiet cafe with reliable power and Wi-Fi for people who need to switch modes quickly. Once that choice is clear, decisions about seating, noise level, outlets, and even the menu become much easier. To close, remember the 3 practical lessons from today. First, the order matters. Start with segmentation, move to targeting, and only then decide on positioning. Second, useful segments often come from combining cuts rather than relying on demographics alone. Third, if you can express your positioning in one sentence, your team can act on it consistently. For next class, choose one product you know well and prepare a 1-page STP.